friends, happy Sunday. So we're getting lunch ready in the crock pot so that it is ready for us when we get home. Sundays are usually kind of a really busy and crazy day for us. My husband and I, we don't eat breakfast before we go to church on Sundays, so we usually are starving when we get home. So I love to have something in the crock pot ready to go, something that is just ready to throw in the oven, whatever the case may be. But tonight or today we're gonna do a crock pot recipe. I don't have the stuff to do the Tuscan chicken that I wanted to do, so I'm gonna do my version or a twist on that recipe with what I've got on hand, some things that we picked up on the clearance rack at Kroger or Fred Meyer. And we're also using our Ninja multi-cooker again, the iFoodie. I love this thing. You guys have seen me use this a lot, so we're gonna use it again today. We're gonna get our chicken in there and get it seasoned up. We're gonna get all of our ingredients put in, and we're gonna hit the church. So here is our insert for our Ninja. We're gonna go ahead and put our chicken breast in here, and we're gonna get these seasoned up. This is a chicken package of chicken that I got at Kroger on discount for $5.32. I love it when I can get these things because the Kroger Simple Truth chicken is usually super expensive. So we're gonna just season it up a little bit with this Kinder's wood-fired garlic. I'm gonna make sure we season up both sides. And a little bit of the Kinder's poultry. I love the poultry seasoning. Let's get it flipped over so we can season the other side. When I get home this afternoon after we eat, I need to get lunch prep done for my husband's lunch for this week. So we'll do that. And then I'm planning for it to be just a quiet, relaxing Sunday after that. I have my last 3 days of work this week, and then I am officially done, and I am looking forward to that. So I'm going to use the Sweet Baby Ray's garlic Parmesan. I've heard lots of different things about the Wild Buffalo, or the Buffalo Wild, what is it? Is it Wild Buffalo? Buffalo Wild Wings, that's what it is. I had to think. That sauce, I've heard good things about both this one and that one. We want to have plenty of sauce because we're going to mix pasta into this when we get home this afternoon. I'm going to reserve back just a little bit so I can add it when I put the pasta in, because the pasta is going to really absorb the sauce. I also have just a few mushrooms that I had left from something else, and I want to use them up. So we're just going to sprinkle those in here. If you're not a mushroom fan, leave them out. I just happen to love mushrooms. We're going to put in 1 brick of cream cheese. I just happen to have this third less fat. I got it on clearance. It came in a 2-pack, and so I just need to use it up. So we're just going to plop this right on top, because when we get home, we're going to shred this chicken up, and that cream cheese will get all mixed in there. The other thing I'm going to put in is some sun-dried tomatoes. I love sun-dried tomatoes. We will also finish this with some heavy cream when we get home. We'll pull the chicken out, we'll shred all the chicken up, and then we will mix the cream cheese and everything into it. I'll do a couple more. All right, I think that's probably good. I think that's enough. And that's it. We're gonna put this in the crock pot on low, and we're gonna let this cook on the slow cooker setting for about 4 to 5 hours. About that time we'll be home from church. And I'm excited to have lunch done and ready to go. Let's put our lid on. We're going to set this to low. We'll go ahead and set it for 6 hours. I don't think we're going to have it in there that long because we should be home in about 5. So there is our Crockpot chicken ready to go. We'll have our pasta when we get home from church. All right, so I'm also gonna thaw some chicken out while I'm at church. And this is a Fiesta corn mix that I got on clearance at Kroger. I put this in my freezer. I've also got a can of green beans, a can of black beans. I also got these on clearance at Kroger. We're gonna thaw the chicken and the corn out. This is gonna go for meal prep for my husband for this week. We'll use our bento boxes. We'll make a delicious Mexican inspired dish for him. I also have some rice that I think I'll cook up some rice and we'll add that to his bento box. So he'll have just a really delicious Mexican meal and it's gonna be tasty. So friends, we will see you after church. Friends, we just got home from church. I'm telling you, this smells incredible. We walked in the house, first thing we smelled, and it smelled so good. So we're gonna we have got some water back here on the stove starting to boil. We're gonna just cook some little mini penne pasta. We're gonna mix that into our chicken once it's all done. I don't necessarily love cooking pasta in a slow cooker. It's just not my favorite texture. So we're gonna cook it on the stove and then just add it to the chicken, toss it all together, and we'll eat it that way. So I did not go to the grocery store, and we like to have bread with pasta. So I have these leftover sub rolls, or hoagie rolls, sourdough. So I just grabbed one of those, split it in half, and we're gonna make some cheesy garlic bread to go with our pasta. So I melted a little bit of butter. I'm gonna use some of this Johnny's garlic spread. It is so good. We get this at Costco. They almost always have it. So we're gonna put a little of that in the butter so we can brush this on our bread. It's pretty salty, so you don't wanna go super heavy with this stuff. So we're just gonna brush this on the bread. Now I'm gonna let this bread toast before I put the cheese on, because if I put the cheese on while the bread is still soft, it's just gonna get soggy and gummy and nobody wants to eat that. So we're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna let this bake and get nice and crispy, nice and crunchy. And then just before we get ready to serve it, I'll put some cheese on it and then we will serve it that way. But I want this bread to have a chance to get nice and toasty. Just don't waste any of this beautiful garlic butter. Okay, just like that. We're gonna stick these in an oven. I have my oven set at 400. We're gonna put these in there for probably about 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, friends, look at that. So we're just gonna use our mix and chop, our Pampered Chef mix and chop, just to kind of break the chicken up a little bit. This smells so good. Remember, we had 4 small pieces. It was actually 2 full chicken breasts, but they'd been cut into cutlets or small pieces. I don't necessarily need all of the chicken completely broke up, but I do want it to be smaller pieces, make it easier to eat. This smells so good, and I love that we put the mushrooms in there. We just had a few mushrooms. Like I said, this was something we are basically using everything we got from the clearance section at, at Fred Meyer, because the cream cheese was a clearance item. The chicken was a clearance item. The mushrooms were a clearance item. So yeah, like I said, I just want to, so this recipe would be, it's supposed to be kind of similar to the Tuscan chicken. I don't have any spinach, so that's why I put the mushrooms in it. But I think we got it broke up pretty good. I don't think we need to do any more. We're gonna put a little bit of heavy cream in here. That's what's gonna add a little bit of richness. I love that this is going to give us some leftovers for tomorrow. It smells super good. If you don't like sun-dried tomatoes, by all means leave them out. If you don't like mushrooms, leave those out. We're just going to go ahead and polish this off. You can custom this any way you want to. I would ordinarily make this with full fat cream cheese, but like I said, I got the reduced fat on clearance. We're gonna add a little bit of this kind of Parmesan cheese. It's what I have on hand, so we're just gonna use it. It's gonna be fine. Open the big side. It's a little bit clumpy, but it's gonna melt down into this sauce. That Parmesan cheese is gonna melt into this. We're just gonna let this hang out now. Put my lid back on it. Let this hang out until our pasta is done and our bread is toasted. You can see how crispy our bread is. We're gonna put a little bit of cheese on this. We're gonna stick this back in the oven so this cheese can melt and get all nice and gooey. Our pasta is done. We're gonna mix that into our sauce in just a second. I want this nice and cheesy because this is, after all, cheesy bread, and I think that's gonna blend really well with that sauce that we've got. This is all leftover cheese from the pizzas I did at church last weekend. I taught a cooking class to our young adults and taught them how to make flatbread pizzas, and I'll be teaching you guys how to make those too. It's a really super easy, fun recipe that anybody can do. It doesn't require any yeast or rising or any of the things that go into typical bread making. It's just a really great recipe. The kids all really enjoyed it. All right, there's that. Let's get our bread put back in our oven. There's our pasta with our chicken. All right, let's get our pasta put in here. So I'm not draining it because I'm not really super concerned about any of the pasta water because my sauce is kind of thickened up a little bit. The natural starch from the pasta water will help thicken up the sauce a little bit. And I love that I got the mini penne instead of the big ones. I love the minis. They're super fun. If you've got kids, this is a great recipe for you know, do these little tiny pastas. You could do any kind of shape of pasta, whatever you want. I just happen to have penne on hand, so that's what I'm using. So after we eat lunch, I'm going to make, I have to make a batch of dog food, and I need to get my husband's lunch prepped for the week. We've got our spatula. Let's just give this a nice toss. Oh my gosh, friends, look at this. Does this not look amazing? It smells so good. You know, we've got still quite a bit of this mozzarella. Let's just put a little bit of this in here. Why not? Do it just because we can. I need to use this mozzarella cheese up. I think that should be enough. Let's just get that stirred into our pasta. Oh my word, that smells good. Getting a little bit of a cheese pull from that mozzarella cheese. I don't want to go too heavy on the cheese. Wow, that smells so good. Our bread just came out of the oven. Look at that cheese. Oh my word. Nice and crunchy. You can hear that snap. Wow. All right, let's dish up some of this pasta. Let's give it one more stir real quick. This is what I love about Sundays, friends. We go to church. We have an amazing time with our church family. Fellowship, worship, all the things. And we come home to a crock pot with a delicious lunch ready for us. Hubby and I get to sit down and enjoy a delicious lunch together. And there we go, friends. That's lunch. We're gonna go sit and enjoy this. We're not done yet. We have a couple things to do in the kitchen once I get done eating lunch, and so we'll see you in a few minutes. I get started on lunch prep for hubby for the week. He's back here. He's very sweet. He's doing the dog food for me, so I don't have to do it. And we can get his lunch made, and then maybe we can go sit down and relax together for a little bit, because I've not seen him much this weekend, so it would be nice to get to go spend some time together. So we're just gonna do some chicken for his lunch. I've got a pack of chicken breasts. They're actually chicken cutlets, so they are a full-size chicken breast that's been cut in half. All right, so we've got our chicken. We're just gonna put a little bit of oil on it. It's gonna go in the oven at 375 for about 12 to 15 minutes because it's not very thick. We're gonna try this new seasoning we got. It's a smoky honey habanero. Good things off. All right, let's get it opened. Get our chicken seasoned up on both sides. Oil. Our oven's nice and hot. So let's get our chicken in the oven. I've got a mixing bowl. These are our black beans I showed you earlier in the video. This is a can I got on clearance. The can was dented, but the beans are fine. See if I can get this open. So I like to grab these corn salsas when they're on clearance. So this was $2.15. I just stuck it in my freezer. We're gonna add the corn salsa to the black beans. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of this in there. Do a little bit of oil. We're gonna do the juice of a lime. My limes are not looking very great, but they're still gonna give off a little juice. A lot of juice. A quick little toss. I think we can add a little bit more of this. So it's going to be kind of like a rice bowl. Will be his lunch for this week. We're going to cook a little bit of rice. I didn't have quite 2 cups. I've got 1 1/3 cups of rice. I've got these little containers that I will put a sauce of some sort in here. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and divide up our corn salad into our bento boxes. We're just gonna put it in that little compartment. I love having these little bento boxes in the fridge with his lunch in it ready to go. Makes mornings so much easier. After he eats his lunch, I will get an update for you guys on how he liked it. All right, so we had enough corn salsa for all 5. Our rice is all done, ready to go in our bento boxes for his lunch. Our chicken is out of the oven and cooled a little bit. Didn't want to put it in here when it was super hot, so it's been cooling for just a little bit. Let's finish getting these put together. I'm actually just gonna mix up a little bit of salsa and sour cream to go in these containers, and that's what's gonna go in the bento boxes for his sauce for his rice bowl. So let's get these finished. Dishes are pretty much done. We are gonna go and relax and enjoy a quiet evening because I am tired. Got 3 days of work left, friends, and then I'm home and I get to do this full time. So let's get these lunches put together. So I've got all 5 of my little bento boxes here. We're gonna get the rice put in. I may have cooked too much rice, but that's okay. It'll get used for something. Just want to get it broke up just a little bit before I put it in there. I probably should have rinsed it. I never remember to rinse my rice. Do you guys rinse your rice? I never remember to do that. I think these are going to be super tasty for him. I think he's going to really enjoy these for something different this week than having salad. He normally has a salad with some chicken. So this is going to be something a little bit different, a little bit refreshing. I'm trying to find some fun things that I can do for his lunch that I can prep on the weekend and have them ready for his lunch for the week and not have to do it when I'm half asleep. Looks like I might have cooked just the right amount of rice. And that is so good. Because I cooked all the rice that I had in that package. That makes me super happy. Because I really didn't want to have leftover rice. Alright, here's our chicken. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and just get this all sliced up because some of these chicken breasts are bigger than others. So I'm just going to cut all this chicken up into strips. We're going to distribute it. And like I said, I'm just going to do some salsa and sour cream mixed together for him to put on his bowl. And I was just figuring it out. This is 5 lunches for less than $10 for him for an entire week. And to me, I love that because he could get this someplace, but it would be super expensive to do that. So I love that we're able to do super healthy lunches for him, super tasty food, and they are inexpensive. And I'm just going to put these in here and then he can chop it up. We don't need a ton, but I think just a little bit of cheese on these would be nice. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna let's move our chicken to one side so we can just put our cheese off to one corner. We can just put a sprinkling of cheese right down the side. Maybe not quite that much. take a little bit out of a couple of these. A couple of those got a little bit heavy on the cheese. We're trying to make these healthy, not. Okay, I think that's gonna be right. That's plenty. All right, last thing we need to do for these, let's mix up our salsa and sour cream. All right, so I'm just gonna mix up a little bit of, I was gonna put lime in the rice, but I'm actually gonna put that in the sauce instead. So we've got some green salsa. All right, let's give this a little stir. All right, let's get our little containers filled. All right. I think hubby's gonna really enjoy these. All right, let's put our sauce down in there. All right, let's get our lids on. Just like that. I'm loving these containers for as cheap as they were at Fred Meyer. They are really serving a great purpose. Great time saver for me because I can prep his entire week's worth of lunches in no time and just have them stored in the refrigerator and they are ready for him for the week. Super helpful, super quick. Oh, I need to get that over just a hair. There is 5 lunches ready to go for him for this week. We had a delicious lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it, after church. And it is now about 5 o'clock. We're gonna go sit and just enjoy some relaxation now. I'm tired, it's been a busy day, and I need to go sit, get off my ankle, get off my knee for a little bit, and rest, and I'm looking forward to that. So friends, thank you guys so much for joining me on Sunday as we did a delicious lunch after church. We did some meal prep for the week and just trying to make things a little less stressful for me in the mornings. And so friends, it means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me, see what I'm doing in my kitchen, come hang out with me. If you guys have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. We would love to have you a part of our YouTube family. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. If you guys have some fun lunch prep ideas, let me know in the comments what your favorite ones are, because we're always looking for some new ones for my husband for his lunch. And friends, we will talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.